Welcome back, everybody. You guys are listening to the Down to the Wire podcast. I'm your host, Brian Costa, and tonight we have a very special episode for you guys. Typically on DTW, we go through all the sports headlines throughout the week, and we give our personal opinions on it. Tyler is usually with us too, and we kind of break down like all the biggest headlines from around the sports world. But last week, I was presented with an amazing opportunity to interview a future Bryant Bulldog. He's coming here this fall, and I can't wait to talk with him. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Adham Eleeda. Man, how you doing tonight?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm blessed.
Yeah, and I did get that right. That is Adam, right?
Yeah, Adham Eleeda.
All right, good stuff. So why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself, man?
So I'm Adham Eleeda, if y'all didn't know. but
Yeah,
from Toronto, Canada, born and raised. Ain't that much to tell for real. Just a hoop.
yeah,
Not
yeah,
much. Just hoop. Just for
yeah.
the first my last year here in Northern Kentucky, and
Hmm.
can't wait to be a Bulldog, man.
Yeah, so we can't wait either.
Mm.
So yeah, you're from Toronto, Canada. You're currently playing. We're playing at Northern Kentucky. What year are you going to be again?
I'm about to graduate. I'm a senior right now.
So you're about to be in your grad year. So that's awesome too. Like I don't know, kind of maybe going back to everything, before like Bryant, before Northern Kentucky, before everything. I mean, how did you just as a player kind of like really get involved with basketball? Like, were there any specific people that really got you into it at a young
Um,
age? Was it kind of just like
so it's
did
funny.
you kind of fall
Yeah,
into
it's
it?
funny. Just like I never played basketball growing up. Like I was playing
Yeah.
soccer till like the eighth grade, and then
Oh
and then
wow.
I grew like a whole foot basically from my eighth grade to the ninth
Oh
grade. I was
oh
like
shoot.
five, like I was 5'5". I grew to like 6'1", 6'2" within a year, and
Jeez.
so like I wasn't really good at soccer for real. And then one of my
Yeah.
one of my like best friends I was living at, he hooped, like he was a hooper. He used to play with like Jamal Murray and stuff like that. Like, and
Oh
so like
damn, that's
he's like,
insane.
bro, let me train you for a summer. I'm just like, why not? Like I got the height already. So I trained for a
Yeah.
summer, and then I loved it. And then I tried out for my freshman year of high school. Tried out, made the team, ended up being the best player on that team type stuff, and just grew
Wow.
on grew on from that. And then go from
That is
there. Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, no, that is awesome. I mean, yeah, I mean, I mean, I wish I could have grown like a
I'm
foot.
proud of myself,
That's,
but
that, yeah, that's freaking no, dude, that's actually really cool that you kind of were like a late bloomer
hmm
with it all, and like you kind of came onto it super late, and that having kind of an influence like that too is also really something interesting to
hmm
kind of see. What's he kind of doing now in terms of just basketball stuff? Is he kind of like doing coaching or like what's
Uh,
he into now?
no, he's just working at this point. He was my around my age type stuff, and like
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. So he kind of like took you under his wing and
yeah,
like got
like
you.
he used to play like AU
That's
basketball and
awesome,
stuff
man.
like that. I never even heard of that type of stuff, and so he
Oh
took
yeah,
me in. We trained every single day, the summer before high school,
that is awesome.
and
Yeah,
after that it just escalated.
yeah, no, dude, that's awesome. So like kind of like going back to some of those summer sessions, was it kind of like a really big grind or like how did it kind
Man,
of go
we
at
used to
that
wake
time?
up every day at like 7 a.m. because like we used to hoop outside, and we
Yeah,
used to wake up at 7, do a little jog, walk to the park, and we used to train for like 2 hours, 3 hours, and then
yeah,
go back to the crib, sleep, and then get back to it in the afternoon, work out again, and we used to just do that every day.
yeah. Nah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, kind of just wondering about like maybe the competition up in Canada, like what like how fierce of the teams were you guys facing, like like in terms of like in terms of like the players and just the teams in general, like
Uh,
how tough is that competition, man?
Man, it's Canada. Like when I started playing basketball, there's like basketball started like really rising in Canada type stuff. So there's a lot of hoopers like who can hoop for real,
Yeah.
like every it was no easy task like every game type stuff.
Oh no.
So like we used to play against like I used to play with Jamal all the time. We used to play with a bunch of dudes in the NBA right now type stuff for real.
That is
Mm-hmm.
awesome. That you kind of got that
Yeah,
exposure. That is insane.
for sure.
I mean, just to have those kind of connections, man, that is something really
Mm-hmm.
special. And like, I mean, you're gonna be able to hold on to that for a
Yeah.
long time, knowing that you kind of got to see those guys. That's
Mm-hmm.
awesome, man. So kind of, maybe kind of now going forward a little bit, when did it kind of really become serious? Like, I mean, you came onto the
Yeah.
scene in basketball very late, but when did it really kind of, start to emerge in your mind that, hey, I could maybe go and play in college with this? Like,
It's,
this is actually a serious path
it's
that I
funny.
could
Like
pursue.
I played basketball. I was just playing for fun. Like my freshman year,
Oh
sophomore
yeah.
year, and then like after my senior year, I was like, man, I can really like play. Like I was getting some like college offers, but like it was in Canada type stuff. But I was like, I'm like, I can
Yeah.
really like play college basketball type stuff. And then like I took a post
Yeah.
grad year, and then like that's when I started getting some offers from down south, like in America. I was like, man, I can really like get paid, like get a full scholarship type stuff. And I just it really hit me like then,
Oh yeah.
like really late for real.
Hmm. Yeah, no, that no, that's insane. So, so Northern Kentucky kind of
No,
approached you.
I
Was
went
that
junior
was that
college
I
before.
Oh, you
Yeah,
okay, you went junior college. So I mean, I was only able to find like the Northern Kentucky stuff. So kind of take me through like what
yeah.
kind of like what got you to, where you
So
are
out of
now
high
then.
school, I was ineligible to play D1 Division One basketball. So like
Mhm.
I had to like look at JUCOs. And freshman year, I ended up going to Trinity Valley Community College up in Texas. Played there for a year. Didn't play really. Didn't play a lot. And then ended up transferring, going to Sheridan College up in Wyoming, and then led the
Mhm.
country in threes that year. And then I got was getting some offers. Like I was getting offers throughout that year, my sophomore year. And then it was funny. Brian did offer me at a junior college,
Yeah.
and I ended up going on Brian visit, uh, Portland and Northern Kentucky, and then I ended up going to Northern Kentucky, and
Mhm.
then that's just history.
Yeah.
So,
No, so no, I mean that's awesome,
yeah.
man. And I mean, it's kind of weird. So I mean, you are like the perfect example of a player where the stats do not match like what you are as a player. Like I mean, I was kind of looking through it, and like when you look at your game by game stats, I don't know what it was, but it's almost like, when you got the ball in your hands, like you were able to score in bunches, but then like other games, like it didn't see, it just seemed like the minutes like weren't there. Like kind of, I don't like just kind of wondering, like, I mean, when you got on the court, like, I was seeing like, I don't have the exact stats in front of me. I meant to have them up,
Mhm.
but like, I saw you had like an 18-point game one day, a 17-point game another, and then like
Mhm.
a couple other double digit games here and there. And then like other games, it just seems like the minutes kind of just got capped off at a certain point. Was that just like a decision that the coach kind of made, or was that kind of just like,
Uh,
what kind of led to that?
like the team I was on right now, we're more of a defensive minded team, and
Okay, yeah.
so and I got hurt for a little bit. I missed like 8 games
Oh,
being hurt. So
yeah,
like
that's tough.
it was me like just coming back from injury type stuff like that.
Hmm.
It's just but, like
Yeah.
we have guys that coach goes to type stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was
No.
just like,
Yeah.
and so it is what it is. I was blessed to be here type stuff, but like we
Oh,
there's
100%.
like
Yeah.
more to it, and that's the one reason why I left,
Hmm.
just because on this one, it's just like for my where I'm at for my career, it's just like I need a more of an opportunity to like play at a higher level. Does that make sense? And I feel like
100%, man. No, yeah.
Brian
No.
was that for me. So
Yeah, no. So then, I mean, obviously, like you got to do you got to do what's best for you, and
yeah.
that makes a ton of sense. So, kind of
Mhm.
seeing, kind of going from there, like that, again, that probably that really was the reason that prompted you to enter the portal and kind of,
Mhm.
and kind of go further from there.
Yeah.
What, kind of going into it, what schools, like what other schools were you kind of looking at before you did settle on Bryant?
I was on the port for 2 days, so I wasn't in the port for too long. But
Oh, really?
no, I was on the port
Oh,
for two
wow.
days. So only schools that hit me
Okay,
up,
yeah.
only schools that hit me up was Bryant, Coppin State, and uh, NetJet. But NetJet was only talking to me, but
Okay.
like Coppin State, Bryant was more for real.
Okay, yeah.
Listening to,
That's
but
actually funny.
I wasn't
One
going.
of
I just
Bryant,
like I already like it's funny because like if I wasn't going to NKU, I was gonna come to Bryant. So like love the coach.
yeah, that's actually no, that that's actually funny. But yeah, no. So I mean, it's actually funny because one of Bryant's players is actually going to Coppin State next year.
Oh
So
really?
so that's actually kind of a funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
his name's Nathaniel Stokes, so he's going to be going there next year.
Okay.
And you're going to be coming in. Hopefully, going to try to pick up where he's left off.
Mhm.
But kind of going with that. Uh, trying to think of the words for it. So when you kind of saw Bryant and saw like and saw the opportunity there. I'm not. I mean, frankly, man, I'm not too familiar with like how the transfer portal and all that stuff
Yeah,
goes. I don't know if like how the coaches can reach out to you and all that stuff. When you found out you could go to Bryant, where did you make that decision? Over like Hopkins State and other areas. Based on essentially the role you could have with the team. Did you like the coach? Did you like
yeah.
the system? Like what kind of intrigued you to say, hey, I want to come here?
It's just like I love Coach Rouse, man. He's
Yeah.
a real one. He's a real one,
Mhm.
and his system when he has for this last couple of years, what he put in, they could really fit my type of game.
Yeah,
You know,
100%. No,
and
I mean,
like, and it's
oh,
just
you can
like,
go.
yeah, my bad, but like, there's just more like
No, you're
in this industry, man. There's not a lot of people like coaches wise. They say stuff, but like they don't really mean it type stuff. But like, I can just tell
mhm.
Coach Rouse, man, he's a real one. Like everything's 100 with him. So that's
Yeah,
one of the main reasons.
100%, man. Yeah. No, I agree with you. I mean, your shooting will be very pivotal on this Bryant team because, we have, really started to open it up on the floor and, they are not afraid to let it fly. We saw that a
Yeah.
lot from this Bryant team this past year. And it was part of the
Mhm.
reason that we made such a deep run in the NEC playoffs.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we fell that one game short to Mount St.
Mhm.
Mary's, one game from the tournament, man. I really
Yeah.
hope that you when you and some of these other guys come in, you'll be part of the squad that helps push us over the top. But
Yep.
and we are glad that you did come to Bryant. But kind of just also in your career so far, what were some big obstacles that you would probably say, just in general? I mean, again, you mentioned it before. You were such a late bloomer into the sport of
Yeah.
basketball, just as an athlete. I mean, you didn't even like we didn't even really know like what the situation was going to be with you for school for so long.
Yeah.
I mean, and while it has been a shorter career than most guys would have getting to this level, what would you say probably would be like, the biggest obstacle you've had to overcome so far? I don't know if you've had like, I mean, you mentioned that you were out for
Just
eight
mentioned
games
this
with a
this
pretty bad
one.
injury.
I'm been blessed. I never had a big injury. It's just like you can just see my journey with it, and just like every year, like freshman year of college, did not even touch court, DNPs, stuff like that, and just moving on from that because that messes with you mentally, right? So like it's just like people
100%.
telling me, like my coach telling me I'm not gonna play Division 1 basketball, like stuff like that, and like it's just like letting people down from the city, like damn, like I don't want to America, and like he ain't producing, like it kind of gets in your head, and like it's just about learning how to
Yeah.
overcome that. And it's funny,
Yeah.
like
No.
after I
100%.
left Charlie Valley, I had no offers for like a while, and I'm just like I had
Wow.
one D2 offer. I was thinking about going because they were just calling me every day, and I was really thinking about going there or just like staying close to home, just playing go back to Canada. I was really thinking about it, and then my AU coach, like, luckily was close with the people I shared in college, and they ended up like hitting me up, and then eventually offered me type stuff. I literally committed right on the phone, like I'm coming, like right away, like I'm coming, man. I didn't even know where
Yeah.
Wyoming was. I'm from Canada, but I don't know where the hell Wyoming is, man. And like,
I'll,
and he's
I'll,
like,
I'll
he
admit
just
to you,
told me like,
man. I'll,
where
I'll
like
admit to you,
where
man.
in Wyoming. I'm like, what the hell is Wyoming?
Hell, man. I've lived in America my whole life. No one even knows where the hell Wyoming is.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? So
It's,
it was a
I
different
mean,
experience up there.
that's
So
it is.
mhm.
From all I've heard about Wyoming, it's kind of just barren and empty, and like there's not that much there.
Mountains,
But
man. Mountain
yeah,
ranges everywhere.
mountains on
Yeah.
mountains. That's kind of the vibe I've gotten from Wyoming. I've
Right.
only known of a handful of people who've been through there, and outside of like
Mhm.
Cheyenne and like some other areas, it's kind of that mountainous just region where there's like just not a ton going on. But it's great that you were able to
Mhm.
get a start there. Uh, you know,
For sure.
dude, when I tell you, man, kind of having that doubt from like coaches and stuff like that, that it's always gonna fuel the fire. hundred
Big one,
percent.
man.
That is
It really gets to you,
yeah,
man.
that is something that's
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. When you have the guy that's coaching you, kind of betting against you, that has got to be the ultimate thing that's got to rile you
Mhm.
up and get and really try to kick you into gear.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
So kind of going off that, just in general as a Division 1 player, kind of looking at things in general, uh, you know, just the grind of a D1 player in general. I'll ask you about that, but then, on top of things with COVID too, I mean, that is, I feel like, just throwing a wrench into so many more things.
Oh, the worst
But
thing.
but
Can't even get with COVID,
yeah,
man.
so yeah, yeah, no. So before I get into that, just in general, like before COVID, like let's go like 2 years
Yeah.
back in time or so like that. What was kind of like grind of a D1 basketball player like back then, and then compare it to now, like, and just like explain to us, and then kind of explain to us like what it's been. So before
Right.
COVID, like what would you kind of explain? Yeah,
Uh, I mean, you're at NKU. It's just like summer workouts be the worst, man. It's just like workouts all
yeah,
day, basketball all day, lifting all day, and you go back to the crib and you sleep
hmm
the rest of the day. Next day to do the same thing.
yeah.
Right?
uh,
Yeah, but like
yeah, and then I mean, uh,
it's just so
yeah, and then
basketball
with
is just
COVID and
it's
all that
year
stuff
round,
too.
man. Like you barely get a break.
Oh,
So
100.
like it's really mental. You have to be mentally strong for this. So like it's different. Especially and then with
100%.
COVID,
Yeah.
on top of that, it was just like it was just more rules. Does that make sense? Like more rules to it, like
Yeah.
all this protocol and stuff like that. And like
Oh
it
yeah.
was the worst. Like we first
I mean, you guys were probably getting tested up. I mean, you guys were probably getting tested like
three
crazy.
times a week during the season. Like you have to test
Yeah, no. I
you
mean, I
have to
know.
test negative 3 times in order to play.
Jeez, dude, that is
Yeah.
crazy. Dude, I know here we had, it was, I don't know if they were off campus or whatnot, but like for like the entire, like from like December up until like the season ended, like the Bryant basketball team was like in a bubble. I don't know if like you guys were in like a similar situation, or like if you guys were
We had to be in
actually like able
like
to.
yeah, because it's like why? Cause I came from Canada when I first got
Yeah.
back, and I had to quarantine for 2 weeks. And then as soon as I got my quarantine, our team had an outbreak, and like most of our team got had COVID. So I had to
Yeah.
do it again for another 2 weeks. I was in the crib for like a month straight, so it was
Jeez,
just
that
the
is
worst,
tough.
man. Yeah,
That is so
it was,
tough,
it
dude.
was,
I
it was
mean,
before the season, which is like, I mean, having
oh
COVID is the
yeah.
worst, but like that 90 days afterwards
Yeah.
is like it was perfect just because it
Oh,
went right to the season. So like,
so you did get COVID from that?
yeah, I had COVID. I tested
Yeah.
positive.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I
I was
had kind
back
of
in
a run in with that.
October.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. It was like way back then. Dude,
Yeah.
I had like a similar situation. It was like back in like February, like when we moved back here. It was like literally like the week after the Super Bowl or something like that. I come back from my night class, and like my direct roommate just texts our sweet group chat, and he just goes, "Boys, I tested positive for COVID." And like this is the guy who like lives next to me. I'm like I'm screwed. I'm like I'm done for.
Yeah.
And somehow I didn't test positive over those 10 days. I don't know how the hell that didn't happen. But
Hmm.
he ended up
COVID is
having to go.
weird, man.
He had to go in. Yeah, it was just somehow I didn't, but he had to go in
Mhm.
for 10 into you'll see it soon when we come here. But we decided to make one of the dorms on campus into, like, we just took a regular residence hall, and we said no one's going to live there this year. It's just going to be where we put all the positive COVID people. It's called the Cumberland House. Uh,
Oh,
and that's where we were putting all the people. So he had to go there for like 10 days, and then he finally gets back. But yeah, no, we were lucky enough that we didn't have to quarantine like a hotel or anything. They actually just told us to stay in our suite because it was all the same close contact. So we managed
mhm.
to luck out with that because we didn't have to go anywhere. But even with that, man, it's just like having to live in those close quarters like that. It just makes you crazy after a while.
Really though, it really does. I'm just out here
Yeah,
like
no, it's
don't know what to do. I'm bored as hell. But like
yeah,
it was
no.
tough though. It was tough.
Yeah, no, yeah.
It was tough.
No, I mean, it's lucky. Yeah, it's kind of good for you though, because you had like the positive for, or like the, immune for 90 days thing.
Mhm.
Like, if there was like another outbreak, like you didn't really have to quarantine or anything
We
like
still
that,
had
right?
to, but just like we didn't have to.
Oh, really?
I mean, actually no, we didn't. I'm doing. I said it wrong. My bad. We didn't have to. We
Yeah,
didn't have to. We didn't have to test either for 90
that's
days.
good.
So it was. I mean, it
Yeah.
sucks because we had it, but like afterwards, it was kind of
Oh,
like
yeah.
blessed. It's like because we're immune to it for 90 days, so like we don't have to like COVID test.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the protocol was less like
Yeah.
leading with us type stuff, so it was cool.
Yeah, dude. I was hearing what some of these D1 athletes were having to go through, just like in terms of protocols and all that stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah.
you saw like all the stuff on ESPN about like how college football and all that stuff was going down, but
Mhm.
but I'm just like, even on like the smaller levels too, it's like so intense and just so like,
Yeah.
just it's so crazy, like how, how much it's just become entrenched in our lives.
Mhm.
Hopefully by the time you're by the time you're playing here, man, we don't have to really be worrying about it as much. Like
I
hopefully
really
everyone's
hope
vaccinated. But
not.
yeah, hopefully,
I
man.
really hope.
I gotta have some hope, dude. I mean,
Mm, I'm praying.
it's like
I'm praying every day, but that was
yeah,
literally the
it's like
worst, man. That's the
yeah,
worst thing about COVID for real was just like there's two things. There's like
yeah,
first was just like wearing masks in practices during the summer.
yeah.
Worst thing. And like
Oh
the
yeah, because
second
like you're
thing was like no fans in the stands during the games.
yeah,
That was the worst. Those are the
dude.
worst, dude. We
Yeah,
missed that.
yeah, yeah. No,
Missed
man,
that.
man. I'll tell you about that. I had like the masking thing like was tough with me because I remember just recently I went to the gym to go work out and
Mm,
I don't know what happened with it. I wasn't like on a treadmill or anything. I think was literally just working out and all of a sudden I just started to feel lightheaded and I almost like passed out because of just like because I was just
yeah.
having like breathing problems from it and I was like oh shoot man, like this is a lot. And then just like other stuff too. What else did you mention besides like the masking and practice and all that stuff?
Having no fans in the stands during
Oh,
games.
dude, the no fans too. That was what was tough.
Mm,
I luckily got like a job where like I was able to like go to like, a couple games or at least like view a couple games because I was working like the video camera and doing some of that stuff.
yeah.
So I got to see some of that stuff. But just dude, like the atmosphere just like was not there whatsoever.
I'm
It
not
was so
there,
tough.
man.
And you know, yeah, and dude, when the Mount St. Mary's thing happened and we ended up losing to them, like the way they were doing the game was they had all the fans go out to the football field and they were putting it up on the jumbotron. So that's how they did
Oh,
the
okay.
game, where everyone went out and
Mm,
watched it because they couldn't be in the gym. So they said screw it, and it was on ESPN too. So they just put it out on the
yeah.
jumbotron.
Mm,
But I literally had a night class. So I'm literally sitting in class. I'm like, geez, I really got to be in class. I'm looking forward. I just see everyone like on their computers. The game is on. I'm like, okay, I see where this is going. I just see the game on. I'm like, okay, yeah, no, I'm like, that's what's up. And I get out of class, and like the classroom is like right next door to the gym. And I had
Mhm.
scouted out this spot like the day before where there's like this tiny little like window, like slit where like you can look through and actually see the court. So for like the final like 10 minutes or so, I run up there and I'm like watching it through this window because I was like, there's no way I'm gonna make it to the football field in time.
Yeah.
So I'm watching it through this thing. I'm like, come on, come on. And it was so tough too because I mean, like we had it in us to like, to bring it away that
Yeah.
day. Like it was so close, man. But I forget it was a guy on Mount St. Mary's. His name was I think Damian John Quee. He was hitting just an insane amount of threes.
Mhm.
He was just draining everything. It was insane, man. Like I can't wait to see what you can do when you come here too.
Mhm.
But just in general with some stuff too. We have a lot of guys, leaving the program this semester.
Mhm.
Kind of just what in general of like what you bring of what of yourself. Like, what would you kind of say you kind of bring to this Bryant basketball team in terms of your play style?
Uh, Shoot the ball. I believe I can shoot. I mean,
Yeah,
it's black. It
yeah,
ain't black and white. I can shoot that thing.
yeah.
Like that's what I
That's good.
do. I believe I
Nah,
can do that at a high level. And this me
uh, uh,
being like me being an older guy, like I'm being a grad for like just being more of a leader. And like
yeah,
I won a championship here at NKU, so I know what it takes to win a championship. So like hopefully
yeah.
bring that experience and like leadership too, for sure.
Yeah. I don't know if you've talked with some of the other guys on the team yet. I don't have you like reached out to any of them yet
Yeah,
or is
I
that
talked to some. We had a little group chat and
yeah.
stuff like that. Just introduce ourselves and stuff like that. So
Oh,
it's
that's
love.
dope. Yeah.
I already tell the love over there. I can
Yeah.
already tell.
No,
I met a couple
it's all
guys. I met a couple guys on a visit a couple years ago, so I know some of them.
okay,
I know
yeah.
some of them.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of good veteran guys over there like Peter Kiss. He just came here last year from
Yeah.
Rutgers, so he just transferred in, but he has like a couple more years of eligibility left. So he's been a
Mm,
great addition for us. And then Hall Elias, he's coming back, I believe, for another year too. So some
mm,
great veteran names over there. Adding you to that as well is going to be a great addition just because of what it brings
uh,
to. I mean, of what it will bring because we also have some young freshmen coming in too, and just kind of
mm,
being able to show them the ropes will definitely be a big help for us.
for sure. I just can't wait, man.
Yeah,
Can't wait to be up there.
yeah, dude. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to have you on the team with us. Before we do end up going down to the wire and kind of wrapping some things up, kind of just in general for yourself on the court, man, what would you kind of like say some goals are for yourself? Like just on the court, like what are like some personal like, basketball goals and maybe even just some personal goals that you kind of want to set like on and off the court?
Uh, I mean, I want to win. At the end of the day,
Yeah,
yeah, like I
100%.
ain't no loser, so like I want to win. That's like if you win,
Yeah.
everything will come with it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like this journey
No,
has been
I
winning. Like what I can
100%.
do, I know I can shoot that ball. So like probably shoot at a high level all year long. Be
Yeah.
consistent with it. Most important, and then bring championship
Yeah.
back to Bryant. So like that's my goals for real. Ain't nothing too much to it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, I will let you know you were coming into a great program, man, because we just came off our. I mean, this is probably like the best team that in terms of teams that you're walking into.
Mm.
We are having some of the best success that we've had since we've gone D1. We were a D2 program for like a long, long
Mm.
time. I mean, we were able to make the Final Four in D2, and it's like, wow, you made the Final Four in D2, but they made the jump up to D1, and they're finally starting to kind of get their name in there, which is really promising.
Mm-hmm.
And getting a player like yourself in there is going to be huge for us. So I cannot wait to get you in there and really really be able to work some stuff. Before we maybe like talk some basketball, like just in general and some stuff like that. What kind of when it's all said and done, man. When basketball is all done and like because unfortunately it doesn't last forever. I mean,
Yeah,
I know for myself, I played like baseball in high school and stuff like that,
yeah.
and my dad will get a kick. My dad will get a kick out of this, but he always says to me, he always said to me that he didn't care how far I went in it. He just cared that if I could play old man baseball or old man softball when I was old, that's all he cared that I could do. I kind of I kind of take a funny sentiment in that. With
Yeah.
yourself though, when basketball is all said and done, what do you kind of like? Maybe like it doesn't have to be like a certainty, but in terms of maybe like a dream job or something you'd like to do, like once it's all said and done, what would that be?
I never even thought that. Oh, like I was always thinking basketball.
Yeah,
Like I want to play pro, like all
yeah,
that. But like after all said and done,
yeah,
probably be involved in basketball somehow. Like be a coach or
yeah,
like a trainer or something. Just be involved in basketball some type of way because I just love this game. So like anything involved in
yeah,
basketball, like I don't know nothing else. So like
yeah.
anything in
No,
basketball is
100%.
cool.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, no,
So
man.
mostly the same.
I've been the same.
Probably want to coach though. Like I'm like that's like I never thought of being a coach growing up, but it's like more and more the more like I play this game and stuff like that, I was like, man, I can really be a coach and like really teach kids and stuff like that. So like that'll be dope for me.
Man, dude, just the amount of knowledge and success you've been able to have, that'd be amazing if you could get into the coaching game and be able to help out young
Hmm.
guys like that. I know myself. Even if I'm just like coaching like youth kids growing up, like when I'm older and stuff like that, like just
Yeah.
be able to have that sort of an impact is something I'd look forward to. But yet, no, but I mean, yeah, no, coaching would be something great if you got yourself into that.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, it would be an amazing avenue. Just be able to give back like that too would be
Hmm.
awesome.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah. Would you want to would you be doing that up in Canada, or you think you'd
Nah,
come to the States?
nah, I'm gonna be down here. I'm gonna be down,
You're gonna be down
down
here.
here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be down here. Maybe.
It's warmer than Toronto.
Yeah, I need to go somewhere warm.
It's warmer than Toronto. Yeah.
So warm, but I don't know, man.
Dude.
Canada's cool. It's just I've been here for
Oh,
so long. I'm just so used to it now at this point. So.
yeah. 100%. Yeah. Dude. I mean, luckily, here's the thing. In New England, when the weather is good, it's
Yeah.
great. But when it's cold, it's like god damn, it's
Oh,
cold.
that's like Toronto. So.
But like, I mean,
That's like Toronto.
yeah. Yeah, no, it's very
Slightly
dude.
different though.
I've been I Yeah, I went to Toronto like back in 2017. I was like in like the city part of it.
Okay, downtown.
I was,
Okay, downtown.
I mean, I was over by like Rogers Center
Oh,
and
okay,
like that
okay.
area.
Yeah.
I was a tourist
Yeah.
essentially. I was a tourist. I
Yeah.
went with my family. You know, yeah, no. I mean, it was pretty sick. I mean, I got to go see a Blue Jays game up there. It was really
Okay.
cool. Went got to see the CN Tower, like regular tourist stuff in
Yeah.
Canada. Doing
So.
doing that sort of thing. That was really cool. I mean, I mean, it's actually I was wondering like how much of a difference it would be from America, and I really don't think it's that different. It's like just like it's almost just like not like an off-brand version. It's just like a different version of the United States. I was there and I was like there's some similarities, but then when there are differences, it's like okay, yeah, there are some differences.
Yeah. I'm from Canada, so I gotta say it's a little bit different, but but like
Yeah. No.
but like no, that's a lot of
I mean,
similarities.
I mean the only
A lot
yeah
of
the big
similarities.
difference. I mean the only difference I saw was that instead of there being a Dunkin' Donuts in every corner, there was a Tim Hortons.
Tim Hortons, yeah. I miss
Yeah.
Tim Hortons. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I feel you, man.
Timmy be going crazy.
Oh shoot, dude. So, just in terms of, and I did forget to ask you, just in terms of basketball in general, I mean, were you a Raptors fan growing up, or like what were you kind of a fan of? Who were you a
That
fan
hard.
of growing up?
I mean,
Diehard
so like
Raptors?
when I first started playing basketball, like my favorite player was Derrick Rose. That's usually
Okay,
one of the reasons I
shoot.
actually got into basketball too. Love Derrick Rose, and then
Yeah.
once I started playing more, I was like, man, I can't. I have to rep the whole city, the home city. So like,
Yeah.
repping with Toronto, and I've been a Toronto fan for like 10th grade of high school. So like,
Yeah.
been die
Dude,
hard,
how
man.
hype was that title run?
Man, that was lit.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah,
because
dude.
I was at home. I was at home when they won. So like
Oh
they
shoot.
won. We getting excited. Like everyone screaming and stuff like that. Like this really happened. Like this is crazy.
Yeah.
Like Toronto won. Like
I was like, I was like, damn, I was like, damn, the only time you see crowds like that in Canada is after a hockey win.
you
I'm
ain't
like, I'm,
lying.
I'm like, damn, and
You ain't
I'm like,
lying.
damn, this is for basketball. Holy crap! I mean, I saw like the
Mhm.
Jurassic Park
Downtown
area up
Toronto
there and
was
all that stuff.
crazy when they won. It was crazy.
Oh yeah,
I didn't end
yeah,
up going 'cause I was
dude.
like, it's gonna be too much traffic and stuff like that. I hate traffic, so I ain't trying to deal with it.
Oh yeah,
But my little brother went though. He told me it
dude.
was crazy. Like it was like the
Yeah,
city was packed. It's out here, everyone cheering and stuff like
dude. Yeah, man. I've had similar parade experiences. Going to like the Patriots parades and
that.
stuff like that when they won the Super Bowl and did all that
Mm,
stuff. Dude, funny story about the Toronto thing. So I was actually doing my orientation at Bryant. It was like the night that they won.
mm,
But like it was like my orientation thing. It's like like when you come in like June and like you like do your overnight at the school.
mm,
So it was like June of 2019, and I'm like we're going through it, and like the day was like, man, I tell you, like the day was just so freaking boring because like of all the paperwork and stuff
yeah,
they had you do. I was like, man, can this day just end? Like, because we all knew like once it was over, we were gonna go back to the freshman dorm where we were all staying that night,
yeah,
and there's like a big TV in the common room, and we were gonna go watch, and everyone was just gonna watch the Raptors game.
yeah.
And I have like a video of it. So like as soon as it all ended, all the guys just immediately sprint towards the residence hall, and we all sit down in front of the TV, and we're just watching this thing happen. And it was just very natural of us because
Mm.
just because of the juggernaut that Golden State was at the time, we all were just rooting against them, and
I don't even
and we're just
blame
seeing Kawhi do.
you.
Yeah, we were just seeing Kawhi. We were just seeing Kawhi do, do his thing,
Yeah.
and like everyone, man, there is going nuts. I have videos of it. It was such a time, man. I mean, like we were just going berserk, like at every shot,
You
and
weren't the only
like I
one.
remember like at the end, like there
You
was like
weren't the only
yeah,
one.
and I remember that. Yeah, dude. And I remember at the end, like they were like putting some time back. They like when they put time back on the clock, we didn't realize it. We were like all go. We were like
Yeah.
everyone there was like all jumping up and down, like high five and celebrating. Like I was like, we're a bunch of Boston fans just
Yeah.
celebrating this thing for no reason. Like we were going nuts in this dorm, dude. It was so much fun. And like that was my first night at Bryant. And I was like, let's go. This is awesome.
Yeah.
So that
That's
was
lit.
awesome, man.
Hmm.
Ah,
For
dude.
sure.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Just in terms of stuff in the NBA so far, gotta ask you, MVP so far, is it Curry or Embiid or who you got?
I got Jokic.
Yeah. Oh, you got Jokic.
I got Jokic.
Respect. I respect it. I respect it, dude.
Jokic.
There's just
Jokic
been
got it
some.
this year.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I saw Curry
But
came
then
out
I'm
recently
a
and
fan of
he's.
his game though. I really love his game. But Curry's going
Oh
crazy
yeah,
right now too. Don't get it twisted.
he's going
Curry's
off
going
right now.
crazy. It's just like, but Curry been hurt for too long, so just like
Yeah.
Jokic's been doing it all year. So like,
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
Jokic's game
Exactly.
is great. Like I find it so interesting watching him play. So like, I'm a big fan
Hmm.
of him. I watch a lot of his
Nah, I
games. So I
agree
watch
with
them
you.
all too. So like, I
Oh,
watch all
true.
of his
True. True.
games, man. So like,
Yeah.
I'm a
Nah.
big fan of him.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, they've
Mm-hmm.
been the Nuggets have been. I mean, unfortunately, Jamal had that injury, so that's gonna be. I mean, so
Prayers
that's
to
gonna
him,
be
man.
tough on their
Prayers to him.
playoffs. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, dude, I'm praying for Jamal. You know, hope, luckily the ACLs aren't, the ACL injuries aren't, as bad as it used
Everyone,
to be.
everyone
Like
comes back.
usually,
Everyone comes back stronger. So he's gonna be all right, man. He's gonna be all right.
yeah, he's gonna be all right. So I'm wishing him the best with that, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Just in general, man, like the NBA this year, man, has been just so crazy with all like the headlines and stuff like that. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I've been seeing all fans so far just trying to go to games, and it's like all like and just all the COVID restrictions
Restricted
going
and
in
stuff
there.
like
It's
that.
been so
Yeah.
crazy. Oh yeah, it's been so crazy,
It's
dude.
just
Like
like with COVID, everything's
all the
so
restrictions.
predictable. Like this never happened to any of us before, right? Like going through this, so like it's
Oh yeah,
tough.
no, no,
Yeah, so it's tough, like for
dude.
everybody type stuff. But like, hopefully, it doesn't
Dude.
last forever. Hopefully next year we're back to
Oh yeah,
normal. So,
yeah, dude.
mhm.
Yeah, no, dude. I was I was in the garden, like it was the first day that COVID was detected in Boston. Me and one of my friends who has been on this show before, Carter
Mm,
Adams. We were actually like very first day it was detected in Boston. We went to a Celtics game.
really.
We're just like we're in the garden. It's packed,
Mm,
and like we were like thinking about it, and we were kind of just like, oh wow, this is like kind of starting to happen
yeah.
now, and like but like it was not like but it wasn't like March or at the level it was by then.
Mm,
And dude, we sit down in our seats, and a lady sits down next to us, and she's wearing like a face covering thing, and me and my friend just look at each other, and we're just like, oh shoot,
yeah.
like
No.
this is before it was this is before masks were
Thing.
like commonplace, before anything.
Yeah.
We're just looking to our sides, and we're just like, oh boy, this might be bad.
Man, that's crazy.
Like, dude, it was
That's crazy.
it was it was it was so bad.
Mm,
I mean, they were facing the Sixers that night. They ended up beating up on them pretty good. So I mean, it was a good night all in general. But
yeah.
maybe I got COVID then and I didn't know it.
Really?
So I don't know. I don't know. Because dude, I did my first show ever. I did my first show ever of this like the very next day,
Mm,
and I get on and like I was listening back to the recording because I just found it like a while ago.
yeah.
And dude, my voice and his voice sounds so raspy, and it was like only a couple days after that. So I'm like, bro, we honestly might have had COVID during
Oh,
that
I didn't even
episode.
know. Like, yeah, it's crazy. Like,
Yeah, dude, like
a lot of people like
it would have
that
been like
though
it would have been
too.
like,
A lot of people like that too.
dude, I
Like
mean,
I think I had COVID
100%.
before that happened too. Like I was like last year, I had the cough. I couldn't stop coughing for like 5 days,
Oh yeah,
and then like after that was
dude.
cool.
I had the Yeah, dude. I had the
COVID,
for,
but
with my freaking luck, I had the worst allergies, that I ever had in my life. Like usually I'm done with
mhm,
my allergies like by July. I was sneezing into like mid-August. I was like, you got to be kidding me. Like I was like everyone's already
um,
afraid of someone with a sneeze. So now this is only making it
yeah.
worse. Oh,
I remember when it
dude.
first happened. I was so scared to cough in public. Like,
Oh shoot, dude. I was I'm with
Mhm,
you, dude. That it freaked everyone out. I mean, I remember, dude, the way it just shut down everything so quick was crazy, man.
I know.
What was kind of
I
what was
know.
kind of like the
Luckily,
first big thing
they
that got?
closed it. Like, my bad, but like I remember when it
Oh, you're
first
good.
happened. We're at the tournament for the Horizon League, and
Oh shoot.
we just won. Yeah, we just won, and like because luckily our games were earlier, so we won. And then on the way back, we're seeing everyone getting canceled. Like we're like on our phone, like everyone's tournament's getting canceled and stuff. Like damn, like we're about to go to March Madness. Like we're thinking like we're going to March Madness and stuff. See everything getting canceled, and then we got back, and then next day, the other next day, we got a meeting, like a team meeting. Coach brought us down. Was like, yeah, like COVID, like shut down everything. Like there's no tournament this year, stuff like that. I'm like,
Dude.
damn.
Ugh,
Like, actually, I
dude.
couldn't wait to
Yeah,
go to
was that
March
the
Madness. Yeah. So I was like,
was
damn,
that
that
the Rudy
sucks.
was that the whole like Rudy Gobert night and all that stuff?
Yeah, it was like, I think we're be good happened before. I think it was before. It was probably after. I think it
Really?
was after.
Dude.
Hmm.
Dude, I remember I was sitting in the middle of an Applebee's watching the Rudy Gobert thing go down. I'm just like maybe not the most sanitary place to be at the moment.
Yeah. I don't know why he did
I was
that.
like, oh boy, man, like, oh, dude. That- Dude, it was just so crazy. I remember all the jokes about Rudy Gobert shutting down and like
NBA and stuff
shutting down an entire
like that.
league.
Yeah. It was just like,
Oh, dude, it
I
was
can't
so
lie, I thought
brutal.
Kobe was just like a joke. Or not like it wasn't too serious.
Not a joke,
Not
but
like some
yeah,
like
no,
back
I
from being
mean,
too serious and then like I'm saying everything like shut down everything. I'm like, damn, like I was really
oh,
serious.
dude,
Like,
wild.
mm-hmm. I was like,
Yeah,
it
dude.
was crazy. I went back home and like they were like questioning me for like an hour and a half about like if I'm good and stuff like that. I'm like, trying to go home. Like,
Dude, that's freaking crazy, man. That's
and
ridiculous.
I
Ugh,
came back.
dude, are
I
you?
drive, so I drove back.
Oh yeah,
I drove back, and now I'm at the border again, going back to NKU, and they were questioning me for like an hour and a
yeah.
half, almost 2 hours, just like asking where I'm going, why I'm going, because like the border was like closed, but like, I had like
Oh
school, so
shoot.
like they're just questioning me like, you have any papers, like so like my coach had to write a letter type stuff, and show them the letter and stuff like that. It was just crazy, dude. Just crazy.
Man, that is such a pain in the ass, man. That sucks.
Hmm.
Oh,
That's
dude.
one reason I want to go
Oh,
home right now.
that is crazy.
That's one of the reasons for real. That's
Yeah.
like
Oh,
I'll go back after quarantine
yeah.
for 2 weeks, and then I have to
Hmm.
drive back down,
Yeah.
and then I have to whole another like stop another 2 hours at the border again. Them question me again. I'm just like, dude, it's like I might as well just stay here.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Honestly,
Yeah.
it was
I
like,
might as well stay in America.
dude. I remember when
I mean, I have a
yeah.
car. If I could
I
just
remember
drive,
when it
it's
got
fine.
really
I ain't
bad.
tripping.
Yeah, yeah, no, no, like it, like you would have been able to figure something out, but
Mm-hmm.
dude, that's just so tough, dude. I mean, it's just like again, hopefully by next year's time when you're playing with us, like that is not going to be an issue, and like you'll be
Mm-hmm.
like doing just fine, and we don't have to worry about like putting you guys in hotels and doing all these quarantines and all this stuff. Like hopefully, with the vaccines and all that stuff, you just get out there and everyone's like all good.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully that's the case, man. That
Mm-hmm.
is so tough though, dude. So I believe I asked you like early in the show. So you're just currently still in Kentucky, and then you're gonna be going home this summer. Is there like any basketball that you guys do over the summer? I mean, obviously with COVID, it's gonna be tough, and I don't even. And you actually had mentioned to me you don't even know if you're gonna be able to go home, right?
I don't think I'm going home. I don't
Are
think
you
I'm
gonna
going.
just
I'm gonna
are
stay
you gonna
here
just
till I'm gonna
oh
stay
go
here
ahead, my
till
bad.
like I don't know. I don't know when I go to Bryant yet because no one knows yet because of COVID. So no one knows. But the
Yeah.
plan is hopefully in June. Hopefully June I go
Hmm.
up to Bryant and there's summer workouts. So
Yeah. That's crazy,
that's the
man.
plan right now.
Dude.
That's the plan right
Yeah,
now.
dude. I mean, I know like a bunch of like the international students like had to end up staying. They had to like stay on campus. I don't know if they've gone home since like because of COVID. I think they've been here since like March, technically. It's crazy,
I've
dude.
been here since June.
Since June. Jeez, bro,
Hmm.
that is so ridiculous, dude.
Yeah.
Ugh, dude, I can't even imagine that, man. Dude, I mean, I live like 30 minutes up the road. God damn, that is so
Yeah.
tough. Like, ugh,
It's a blessing, man.
that is
For real.
ridiculous. Yeah, dude. Ugh, dude. So I mean, just other stuff like maybe NBA wise and stuff like that too. Just trying to think of some big storylines. I mean, we talked about MVP races and stuff like that. LaMelo's
Mhm.
coming back soon, so that's gonna be something interesting to watch because
I'm a big
now
fan of
he's
him,
coming
man.
back and stuff like that. Yeah, dude. I
I'm
mean,
a big
that
fan of
wrist healed rather quick. That wrist healed pretty quick. That thing
him.
healed pretty
Hmm.
quick, dude. Wait,
He's trying to
and
get that rookie
I
of the
mean,
year. Trying to get
yeah,
that rookie of the
he's
year.
really trying to get that rookie of the year. I mean, frankly, he deserves
As
it.
he
I think
should
that he
though.
should
He
be.
deserves it. Hmm.
Oh,
Definitely deserves
100%. Dude, I mean, wait, so, and the big thing with LaMelo with me too, just as a person and stuff like that too.
it.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
You're 22.
Yeah.
So you've had this for a couple years now. Like this was kind of the first year that I'm now watching people in the NBA that are younger than me. It is such like a trippy thing.
I'm been used to that, but
Dude, it is so trippy to now just watch like athletes that are now younger than me like in the league.
yeah.
I'm like this is such a weird experience.
It's different. I really don't pay
Ugh,
attention to that, but like it's dope though. I find
yeah.
it dope.
Oh no, oh no, it's dope, but I'm just like damn. Like I'm like damn, this is how like a bunch of people feel.
Hmm.
Oh,
Like
dude.
it's crazy, but
It
like
has been
it's also like I don't know.
yeah.
I find that shit like fun. Like I find that shit cool. Honestly.
Yeah, dude.
Hmm.
Dude. Uh, no, man. It's been great to have you on the show tonight,
So
dude. I mean, it's been really good to have it's been really good to talk with you about stuff tonight. But so we're now going to do what we typically do on the show. It's called going down to the wire, which means that we're going to go through everything we talked about in this past episode with Adham Eleeda, and
mm,
we will let you guys get off on your weekday. But obviously, we started things off tonight. Welcoming in Adham, the future Bryant Bulldog, to the show. Adham, again, thank you so much for coming on, man.
thanks for having me, man. So
Yeah, no, 100%. It's been an amazing time getting to know you, getting to know what you're gonna be able to bring to you're gonna be able to bring to this team.
Mhm.
I mean, before we do kind of finish this thing off, is there kind of like a message that you want to maybe send to the Bryant faithful before you kind of do arrive on the scene?
Let's get to work, man. Bring a little championship back,
Yeah,
man. That's about it. That's about it, man. Can't
yeah,
wait to get to work though.
dude, I'm
Can't
for
wait
it.
to go to Bryant, man. Can't wait.
Yeah, dude, I am so for it. I cannot wait to have you here, dude.
Hmm.
We talked about, we talked about his career and everything that he's gone through, living in Canada, having a late start to his basketball career,
Hmm.
taking him all the way from Northern Kentucky up to now where he is as a member of the Bryant Bulldogs. We also caught up on some little NBA news as well. If you guys are kind of wondering what we're going to be doing on Friday, it's going to be more of our normal show where we kind of break down all of our headlines. We're going to be talking about the reaction to that Jake Paul Ben Askren, brutal knockout. So we'll be breaking that down. We'll be talking about some other stuff too. But we cannot wait to have you back here on Friday. Adam, thank you again so much for coming on the show. But we're gonna. I think it's about time that we end things. But before we do, if you haven't followed us yet, you guys can follow us on our Spotify, YouTube, our Spotify and YouTube page to kind of watch the stream. We're also on Google Podcasts, Apple Gang. I'm so sorry for you guys. It is a real tough break, but just a real tough thing to get that going. But you can follow us there. But so many other platforms too: Facebook, TikTok. But the main hub that you can get to us on is our Instagram. You can follow that at down.to-the-wire. Again, at down.to-the-wire on Instagram. Make sure you follow Adam as well. We'll tag him in our latest post. But from Down to the Wire, I'm
Make
Brian
sure you do
Costa. Yeah,
that.
yeah, dude, I cannot wait. But again, from Down to the Wire, I'm Brian Costa.
Adham Eleeda.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Take care. Goodbye. Peace.